71. Bonds are up 26. King dollar's up 48 ticks.
Platinum down $35.
Platinum down $35.
Oh, baby.
Look at that. And they start hitting that this morning. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's large broker deal, a large fund come in this morning and says, we're going to make a lot of money. We're going to push this future market around, and we're going to push it everywhere we want. And I suspect they already had the trades in place, you know, because the way that the currencies moved so fast this morning. I mean, it was, you know, if you're on the right side, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? I mean,
no question.
What's going to get interesting here, and what you have, folks, is that you got a vacation week anyway.
Right.
Now, for all you bulls out here, this is where this is going to get really interesting, because we didn't hit the 1292 yet.
That's right.
You're going to back down with dramatically lighter volume.
Right.
It's like, okay, you know, what are you doing? Yeah, you know, and I suspect we're still setting up for that 1292. And I know that's devious, and it doesn't make a lot of sense, but, you know, bottom line is that when you have fast moves, when I've seen fast moves like this, and you're in a vacation week, and it's just, you know, everyone's waiting for a pullback, it's, you know, it wants to hit the other side of it first.
Yeah.
So it's going to be wild watching this shake out. I can't even believe I'm saying it, but that's my take on it right now.
And so that's on the bullish side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. And so on the bearish side, you know, what you've got is you've had the Dow futures test the October 27th high.
Right.
So the Dow has absolutely been, you know, kind of the leader from a price standpoint coming back into that important swing point. And the reason why I use that as an important swing point is because October 27th is at 17. Planetary index date, so it's really important that we have up there. It's also got it's got an evening star, you know, pattern that is up there as well. And you test that yesterday, test that again in overnight trading, and you know you've rejected that area. If you take a look at the NASDAQ futures finally made the 0.618 retracement area yesterday from the move that was coming down from December the 2nd, not even going back to the October 27th area, but it finally made a retracement back to the 0.618. Tested it again this morning. S&P was looking for the S&P really to get up, or the Russell to get up into the December 8th swing point. You know, that hasn't done that. And the S&Ps was really, I know you're looking for the 1292. I would have been happy with just simply the 1268. You know?
Now, I know. I know.
But I think the real key is, for me, the real key is going to be just watching the currency trades. You know, watching that currency trade and watching where the euro ends, because you know what you do have on my screen here is the 120-minute chart. And what we do have that you have to absolutely pay attention to is this long-range bar during the last 2-hour trading session. That long-range bar, I don't care who's pushing the market around, that long-range bar is saying that folks do not want to hold euros here. And, you know, and it's broken through the first area of what I would call support, which was the top of this bullish engulfing candle on the 120-minute basis back on December the 14th. So we'll see how this thing trades, but this thing gets below that 129, and I say fireworks are ready. Phantom fireworks is just, you know, getting ready to take off.
No, I see what you're looking at. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You know,
but the volume piece of it, the volume characteristic, no question.
It's not there.
You know, volume characteristic.
This is bizarre, but I think you're going to do a small ABC up. If I look at the S&P right now, so watch. The S&P is coming into 225 million, the SPY.
Yeah.
And we'll probably do about 70 million.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you're also coming into that. See, what you're doing, you're coming into November 30th. The high of that is 125.52.
Yeah.
We've got to 125.65.
Yeah.
That's 324 million.
No question.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's telling me that we get game up here, man. And it's sick.
Gotta love it.
Where's my Hans?
You gotta love it.
Where's my Hans?
We'll get you. We'll get you your bull.
Is that wild?
We'll get you your bull.
I'll tell you, I can't even. You know, but that looks to me how it's set up.
Yeah.
The gold contract, they loved hitting this baby. Let me see what this is looking like. So you get 52,000 contracts. See, that's not going to be enough either. 52,000 contracts is going into 235,000 contracts. 284,000.
Yeah.
And what's interesting here, folks, is this. Is that you're hitting gold, but watch this. The actual gold stocks are not getting hit. And that's a nice divergence. You know, you get Gold Corp down 64 cents. Rango Resources only off 12 pennies.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting day out here, man.
In
the metals market in a big way. So if we go over and we look at Gold Corp just for a second, yeah, I like the setup, man. This is interesting. Yeah, so watch. You're coming into the October 4th downdraft.
Right.
9.5 million to get 500,000. So this is going to be a wild one. You gotta love the market, right? I mean, it is an absolute mind blower. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, and in the correlations that are out there, you know, what was great is I happen to have this screen up on my up this morning.
Right, look at that thing.
And I was doing the first, my opening segment. It was just because of the market being so quiet.
Sure.
I had some other things planned that I wanted to share with folks, especially business owners or folks that run subsidiaries or what have you, and give them some little tricks, because I've always used this week as one of the best weeks to be able to get around the gatekeeper.
Yes.
Okay.
Big time.
And get in touch with your ideal clients that are out there. So I wanted to go ahead and give some folks. It's one of the ways that I was able to get inside Disney, Universal.
Right.
So your dream clients, if you will.
Because the bigger bosses answer the phone. That's interesting.
They do answer the phone. The primary gatekeeper is usually gone. This, so if you take the call, or if you make the call, if you will, where you've got conviction, you've got authority, you've got a deeper sounding voice, you present yourself as if you know this person, and they know why you would be calling or what have you. I always sent correspondence.
They were waiting for your call.
I always had planned it out and had sent correspondence, if you will, a couple weeks before, knowing how we were coming into the week, just for the chance that this would work out, because if you get that question, that pushback that even the person that's in there might have, and they continue to pester you, what's this about or what have you, my response was always, it's about the correspondence that I sent Bill Jones, last week or what have you. Okay, and even though it was a sales call, if you will, that I was making, using the word correspondence sounds a little bit more authoritative.
Well, it's amazing. And folks, this is something to always remember, too, is that I think most times, when people are running companies, they want to take your call. What I always find is that it's a time deal. Do you know what I mean? You get so much time during the day that you got to do, and sometimes I want to do different deals, and I just can't do it because I can't. I just don't have the time.
That's right.
And,
that's right.
And it's on the agenda to get it done, but I got to get done what's in front of me first.
That's right.
So when you're calling someone else, if you always remember that, it's cool. Because you don't even get discouraged and say, I can't take your call. Well, so what? Okay, you can't take my call now.
Yeah, no.
And this is the week that people can take your call because they can't be in meetings with everyone else.
Absolutely.
Which is wild.
Absolutely. So last night, as I was thinking about, what am I want to share with the listeners today, I said, well, why don't I just go back to, what I used to do, how I used to take care of this week, forget about the trading aspect of it, but how I was able to actually get in front of my dream clients.
Right.
I got in front of the guy who was in charge of operating participants for Disney. This goes back into the late 80s, if you will. And in that case there, I actually, and at that stage I was running had a computer, big computer company.
Okay.
And so the pitch basically was that, that because of where I came from, I had a lot of access to all of the technology that was coming out between Apple, IBM, Compaq, in the next year, and they had created some products that were going to. And since Disney was so innovative, I thought that and because of my other relationships that I had on the buying side, on the computer side, that I thought it'd be worthwhile for him to be able to take a look at. Because the following week I had meetings with Universal and SeaWorld.
Right.
That's how I positioned it.
Nice.
And with it being a slow week and you're in, would you have some time today or tomorrow?
And he said, of course I have half hour.
He said, actually, my day, I remember it specifically said, actually, I'm free at 2. Can you be here at 2?
Perfect.
I love it. Same day.
That's music to ears. I know.
Yeah, except I was like, holy, I can't believe I got the
ready to go. Let's go.
Let's go. Appointment.
Let's go.
That's right. So, years later, I ended up becoming an operating participant, by the way, folks. So
that's right.
Yeah. So it was a good deal.
Oh, it's huge, man. It's huge.
But while we were watching this, I was watching the dollar just totally get strong, and the futures market, the blue line.
Look what just happened to red line.
Yeah, that's the.
There goes the futures. Someone's hitting this baby big.
Absolutely. But what was cool was I was on the air doing that, and then watching how the dollar was getting stronger. So I knew it was the euro, and the S&Ps. The S&Ps just simply weren't doing anything, and then I just switched gears and simply said, okay, folks, well, here's my thoughts on it. Anyways, you got to love it.
Look at that baby go.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
So, you know, if you just going back to that euro. What is also, you know, well, okay, it's not amazing, but like you're saying, this is not a news-driven, you know, event. So you're just simply taking.
No, it's a large broker deal.
Yeah.
It's a fund in the futures market, just pushing it around.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
It takes no money at all. I mean, you know, when you have a day like this, it takes no money at all. But they were already positioned, and they're going to basically, you know, 50, 100. You can tell how the S&Ps are trading. Well, here, let's go. Let me look at SP, ES. How? Okay, so. Yeah, I mean, you whack them. I mean, you can see 15,000 contracts, which is minis. That's not that much, and another 55,000 contracts. So they whack them at once, and that's not a lot of money to a fund.
Yeah,
and you just whack them right at the same time.
Right. No question.
You whack them at the same time. They probably get the buys on the other side of those. So the way that
they're going around the world doing it simultaneously.
The way that a large trader would do it is that as you whack it, you actually get the buy on the other side already.
Yeah.
Because they're probably already clean.
That's right.
They're probably already flat, and they've done it twice so far today.
Yeah.
Whack, bang, whack, bang. No, it's amazing. I mean, it really is, because if you have the buy on the other side, it doesn't matter. Everyone else panics. It gets out. Boom. And then, you know, what if I'm right, what they'll end up doing is that they'll whack it back up before the end of the day and get it flat.
Yeah.
Because then everyone's going to be paranoid, and then they'll go whack, bang on the other side.
You got to love it, huh? It's nice to have money.
I'm telling you. Yeah, well, you know what? Leverage is a beautiful thing. There's as long as it's used correctly.
Yes.
You know, now in this case here, you can see where the divergence is, especially with your chart. Like, if we put that chart up again, you can see that they hit the S&P and the euro's still at 8.8.
Right. I did see that. Yeah,
so
I did see that.
That divergence, folks, and that's subliminal. It's not subliminal. It's subtle. But
it is.
But that's important to understand.
No, it is.
You know what I mean? In that concept.
Yeah, because I flipped back and forth and said, that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes now, though. It's following it.
Yeah.
Tick, 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 tick. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. We're coming right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing. But what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while actually reducing your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns, making missed opportunities a thing of the past. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
In 1929, Joe Kennedy had $4 million. By 1932, he grew it into $180 million. All this during the Great Depression. The good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. How would you like the strategies that Kennedys and others use that are bulletproof against the turmoil of our economy in these fast-changing times? For the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets used by millionaires and billionaires. These are bulletproof strategies that will astonish you. I'd love to introduce you to these concepts because they will absolutely change your life. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien and host of The Trader's Edge, both seen daily at TFNN.com. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then send me an email at steve@tfnn.com and I'll send you this free report, Pathways to Wealth. That's Steve at TFNN.com, giving you Pathways to Wealth.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow down 71, NASDAQ off 21, S&Ps are off 8. You got gold down 21, silver $1.12, platinum $37. Let's go look at that platinum contract out there. So she's going right after the lows. She's going after absolutely. This 1378.
Yeah.
And she just might be leading, doing that ABC down, man. It's going to get interesting.
Needs more volume.
Yeah, it definitely does, man. You know, as I said, the gold equity is just they're not moving. You know, so that's it's going to get close to a buy here.
Of course, platinum gets below this level.
Yeah.
And then where do you have it targeted? Down towards the...
$1,800.
That's what I was looking at.
And folks, you want to be all over it if it gets down to those levels, man. Let me tell you. Excuse me.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. What's amazing is that the corrections in the commodity markets are just absolutely unbelievable. There's no doubt about it.
It is where you really look for expansions between swing points, you know, as opposed to just
big time.
Yeah.
And what Steve's talking about, folks, okay, when it breaks one swing, you better watch out, because if that next swing is, you know, down $30, $40, $50, $80, well, bottom line, that's where it's going to go.
That's right. Yeah, it's absolutely on its way.
That's the level it's at.
And on the weekly chart, folks, if you take a look at platinum, its next swing is right at 1,092.
Right.
So it breaks this 1,397.
1,092.
Kabam!
1,092 will put gold down at some bad numbers, man. Interesting. This is going to be wild watching this shake out. There's still not force. Let's go look at the. Okay, so you get Gold Corp.
Yeah.
If we go
so the actual.
If you look at Rangel Resources, so Rangel's been the best performer out here.
Yeah.
So Rangel still wants to get down to 95, 100 to 95, and it's only down 33 cents today. So I wouldn't be touching anything until you see what that wants to do, because right now it's slow, but the bottom line is that that baby can really get down there.
Yeah.
This is interesting. One of the Tigers is just telling us that is that rhodium?
Yeah.
Was actually, so check this out, folks. This is pretty amazing. So that was $10,000, and now it's $1,400. I'll go buy some of that stuff. Well, I wonder how we get to buy some of that. I'd go for that bet in a second.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is. 10,000 to 1,400. Imagine having that in your backyard. at $10,000 a pop,
yeah,
I'd be sitting up 24 hours a day digging that backyard out, man. No doubt. No doubt. Oh, here goes the euro.
Now,
let's see. The euro is 129. 129.44 is the number, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Breaks that, and I'm telling you.
That could be
the thing is on the euro, the weekly pattern is the one that I've been just most cognizant of.
Okay.
Because that weekly pattern is it's absolutely just screaming that it wants lower prices. And the problem is that, from my standpoint, the problem is that with the actual push down right now,
yes,
and I really do pay attention to the formation of the C to D, the move down, whether you're on the inside,
the angle, you mean, right?
The angle,
yes,
because that C to D leg is the most important leg for us because we're looking to buy or sell the D points,
right?
And what I want folks to understand is just simply, even if you didn't understand. You can understand angles. You can understand if it's coming, if it's on the inside of the C to D.
Sure.
Here, you've got more strength. It's just more strength versus being on the outside. And on this weekly chart, that means that this point, that means that the 125 area, if it does bust through this lows, it means 125 is likely not going to hold.
Yeah,
that's the other side of it. Well, it's also, which would normally be a nice, on a weekly basis, you'd be looking for a 0.786 Gartley buy. But if it's coming down with that kind of thrust,
that's right.
I won't. I won't step in front of it.
Wide price bars, watch out.
Yeah,
no doubt. And the bottom line is that that King dollar wants to go to 89. I think it's going to be months, but the bottom line is that 89 is going to shock everyone. It's going to absolutely shock them. And the real key is going to be if you take out that 89, oh baby, then you're talking about par King dollar.
Right.
And
And if I can pull it, if I get up here on my screen here, what is that has been the one thing, with the King dollar on the monthly chart. So on the monthly chart, I'll pull up the monthly chart here, and right now what the monthly chart is doing, this long-term, channel that we've been inside, right now. Right now it's trying to take out, this month here is trying to take this out. Now, this should be, resistance right here.
Right.
Which would also say, okay, then the dollar will pull back, the euro will go higher, and our markets would go up higher. But here's the thing, folks. If this area does get busted, whether it's this month or next month, then look out, because it's going to start a new channel on the way up.
Well, and then you can make a case for 118, 119, then you can make a case there. This is interesting, this chart here, because you can make a case you're going all the way back to the highs. Yeah. Another 10 years it takes, you're back at 121.
That's right. Once you bust out of this.
Wow.
That's right.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. Dow's down 84, NASDAQ up 24, S&P's down 10. We're going to be right back.
Yeah.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In 1929, Joe Kennedy had $4 million. By 1932, he grew it into $180 million. All this during the Great Depression. The good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. How would you like the strategies that Kennedys and others use that are bulletproof against the turmoil of our economy in these fast-changing times? For the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets used by millionaires and billionaires. These are bulletproof strategies that will astonish you. I'd love to introduce you to these concepts because they will absolutely change your life. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien and host of The Trader's Edge, both seen daily at TFNN.com. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then send me an email at steve@TFNN.com and I'll send you this free report, Pathways to Wealth. That's steve@TFNN.com, giving you Pathways to Wealth.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow down 85, NASDAQ off 24, S&P's off 10. Let's go over and take a look at that bond market. So if we get into bonds here for a second. So we get 45,000 contracts. She's going to need more than that. The bonds are up good, but, you know, that's going into, I think that's we're in a different contract now, but I believe we're going to 435,000 contracts. Well, that's 478 right there. So that's going to need a lot more juice.
Is it up over the 47, that candle or no?
It's up over that, 143.14.
Okay.
But I believe all the way over here,
that
146.15, I believe, is 435,000 contracts. So we'll see where it shakes. Let's go up to our man Rick in British Columbia. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing there, Tom?
We're doing great. You ready for good 2012?
Yeah, you betcha. Hey, I'd like to request a little white light for my father. He had a seizure in my office with me while we were trading stocks there on Friday, and he had 5 or 6 seizures. Hit him pretty hard. He's a person like yourself. He's a real go-getter with a real zest for life, and so it's setting him back a little bit right now. So.
Okay, so folks, what we're going to do here is this. Now, you get Rick, he's up in British Columbia, you get the father, and all you're doing is you're pushing a huge amount of energy out. When you do that, folks, what you're doing is just put your hands straight out, and there's no wrong way of doing this, okay? And all you're doing is you're pushing white light, and I want you to picture Rick's father, and what I want you to do is when you picture him, that you're blasting that white light into him, and whatever black that you see inside him, right? And just let your mind go with this, folks. You blast it. You blast it out, and as you're pounding it, we're picturing it going out his hands, out his feet, out his extremities, out his ears, out his belly button, out of everything. And just keep pushing that baby out there. And we will continue to do that, Rick. And
absolutely. And what I do is, one of the techniques that I do is, if you take a look around any room that you're in, you're going to see all kinds of white. Or even if you're driving, if you're listening to us and you're driving, you're going to see all kinds of white cars, white letters or what have you. And every time my eyes visually hit that, I immediately, picture grabbing it and sending it off. Each piece of white. Piece of white. So it's always a different piece of white light that, gets shot out there.
Nice.
And it's so cool to do because we can do it all day long. So, Rick, we can do it. I'll be doing it all day long. It's just, it's just one of those trigger things. Anytime I see white, grab it, boom, off it goes. It works. It works, man. You doing okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. He's a bit of an icon in the sense that he had a sawmill, built a press board plant, employed a lot of people, honest man, and even he picked up dementia the last 5 years or so. But just the fact that he was with me because of who he was, and
yes,
I went to the office, and I don't know if he's going to be able to go there anymore. It hit me pretty hard, actually.
Okay, well, we're gonna get him back in that office, man. That's the bottom line.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. And Tigers and Tigresses. I'd just like to take a look at Newmont. And like I say, Tom, I listened to you religiously for 4 years, from 2000 to 2004, and it's so embedded in my soul with volumes and et cetera. I got Newmont on a weekly.
Yes.
And as you see, we got a little doji last week, which targets about 58.
Yep.
We got volume sitting down there at 54. Using Basil's system, we've only got peak A. We're making peak B down to the decline. Yeah, throw that one in too. But anyways, and we got a head and shoulder top that targets that 53, I think it is, down there. That's got volume sitting down there. So I just want to see what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, no, it wants to go a lot lower. I mean, $50 is pretty easy here. Where I'm going with that, Rick, is that you got let's see, the week of May of 2010 is wide open. Then the high of that is 59. It's going to have to penetrate 59, 57 first. But you penetrate 59, 57, then the bottom of that's game.
And at 59, 57, you got a .618 retracement and a 1 to 1.272 AB equals CD down.
Wow!
And it blasted through that B point with volume, even though it was the Thanksgiving Friday. But,
yeah, and you throw the FXE in too. It's got volume on a monthly sitting down there, and I don't have the volume for the year old, but let's test the lows down at 122, 120, whatever it is. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, have a great one. Have a safe one. Coming right back, folks.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. And don't forget, folks, if you want to get Steve's special report, just email steve@tfnn.com. And what do you have inside that report?
Oh, there's so much information that's contained inside there, but there's elements that what the different masters use, whether it's business masters, whether it's athletes or what have you.
Right.
There's what I've learned is that there's two ways to get anything.
Right.
You can do it by trial and error, or you can copy others, if you will. Pattern others. And when you start to really take a look at how successful people became successful, they all pattern themselves after others.
Right.
And that's just and so it's a great way to be able to get to where you want. So I use some information for there. Now it's just not about trading. There's elements with regard to just life.
That's the point. Particularly because of the week we're in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to. We all know discipline is a big deal. Making a decision is where it's at.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt at the beginning of the year it's always easy to make more decisions. Now the real key is to get yourself in a routine so you execute those decisions.
It is. You've got to come from an area of strength, of conviction. When you're trading, right? When you're trading, look, I'll pose a question to you. When you place a trade, are you coming from a place of fear or are you coming from a place of strength? You know this is the right trade. You know this is right to do.
Right.
Whether it works out that way or not.
Right.
Okay? We're always aware of both sides of the trade, the risk or what have you.
Right.
But the reality is that when you do something, you're certain about it.
Right.
And it's the same way in...
My wife tells me she's sick of me saying all the time that I know, honey. And I do. I have this saying, I know. And I don't mean to say that I know.
Right.
I just say I know.
But you need that. So it's those types of things that really I cover. I share with, if anybody who owns a business, they absolutely need this report because I give folks the three areas that oftentimes, you get so involved with the business that you don't step back to say,
that's right.
How am I going to grow my business? And it really is all about growth. From year to year, you've got to grow your business.
You grow or die.
And the reality
is, but true.
The reality is, a lot of times what I find is that people will take this type of economy, and that's why I use that opening segment on the commercial, if you will.
Okay.
Is they use that kind of they use this economy as a time to hunker down, if you will. And stop advertising, stop marketing or what have you, and try to sit it out. Yet this is the time when you could be most successful. If you go back and you take a look at history during recessions, the most successful companies come out of this time period. Why? Recessions wipe out your competition.
Right.
And it's a time period where you should be doing just the opposite. So often in trading and in life, it's really about being able to do the counterintuitive.
Oh, it is.
When you step back and you take a look at it.
No doubt about it.
People will take a look at these trading markets, and today the S&P is trading, right at about or just below where it was when it ended December 31st, 2010. Okay, so 1 year,
right?
And it goes back. It's worse than that.
Yeah,
but I'm just taking a look at. I'm just taking a look at the 1 year period.
You're being nice.
I'm being very nice. That's right, because you go back to 1998. But I'm just simply going back to if you just took a look at where it finished, December 31st. 2010. In 1 year, you can say that it's gone nowhere. So for most folks, that money is sitting, inside, the mutual funds, in their 401ks, it's absolutely gone nowhere. You've paid some expenses out of it, for sure.
That's right.
Okay. But the reality is that with these markets, with this volatility, and there's a lot of folks that will put fear out there, and I just think it's wrong. There are absolute ways that you can make money, whether it's in a business, whether it's in a market, or what have you, and that's really that's what my special report is all about. It's really to get people to step back just for a moment, take this week, and even just, folks, if you're just tuning in, go listen to the first 20-minute segment of my 9 to 10 o'clock hour. Because, you need to have whether it's a best buyer or your ideal customer, who is it that you want on your wish list?
Yes.
Because that's who you need to go after this year. That's who you need to go after now, today, this week, or certainly in the next 3 months. Go after the person that you think is impossible, but would absolutely change your business.
Right.
Because if you don't, I'll tell you one thing. Your competitor will.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
big time.
You know? And so you might as well go ahead and take what's yours.
And if you're going to, what ends up happening, and this is pretty neat in the aspect of it, if you're going to get up and go work, you might as well do the best job that you can do, because it's like, why are you going to do it?
Sure.
I mean, you might as well be out sailing or fishing or something. So if you have to get in there and you're going to work, you got to go 8,000%.
Yeah.
Because then you can go outside and go 8,000% and feel good about it.
Yeah. And what ends up happening is the rewards that you get for putting in that hard work. You know, when you put in that discipline, when you put in, being stubborn, if you will, because you're going to get your way. You're going to be determined, if you will. The rewards you get, they're way above what you even should get. If you will. It's just the way that the universe just simply presents it to you. When you put that kind of effort into it, and I don't know why it works that way.
No, I know,
but I just know that it does work like
they
that.
Do. And your head feels good. You have fun, and you start laughing, and it is really wild when you think about it. It really is. Because what I've found is this, is that it's great making all the bread. We want to make all the bread, but the motivation to make the real big bread is just to motivate yourself and get creative and do it and have all love and no fear. Because then it's like, oh my God, how does this work? And you just know that, okay, well, I want to try this. Let me see what happens here. And that goes. It's like, oh man, this is a trip.
Yeah, and it's a way also for folks to get out of their season, if you will. Just like we have seasons in the universe, if you will. Individuals have seasons. They've got their own spring, summer, winter, and fall. In winters, it's dark, it's cold. Feels like it's never going to end. Well, the easy way.
That's why I don't live up north anymore. Sorry, folks.
Oh, absolutely.
That grayness up north, man, drives me crazy.
Yeah. But even if you are living up north, okay, there's a way for you to be able to take yourself out of that winter cycle that you might be in. And a lot of people around the world feel like that's what they're in. I mean, that's what you hear, whenever you turn on the news or what have you. It's people bashing each other. Whether it's candidates bashing each other or whatever's going on. And, I want the love channel. Not that kind of love channel. I want,
No, seriously. No, seriously.
Yeah. And that's really, a little bit about what it is that we do here. You're the one that started it, which is so cool because, each day, you're reading one of the 4 agreements or an aspect of one of the 4 agreements. And I know that people really dig that, that your listeners are looking for what it is that you're going to say. And that's why I like the opening of my shows because, if there's something going on in the markets, we'll switch in a heartbeat. But otherwise, it's more about, how can you truly find another level within inside yourself.
No, totally. And it's interesting, folks, is that when I go back, and believe me, every day we all change, and we all get better every day. That's what I believe, period.
Yep.
And it was interesting, if I go back, whether it's 10 years, 5 years, at certain points, people would only call and say, no, I want to know about this stock, about that stock, and I would try to explain that, no, the head game is more important because you can, once you get the head game right, you can do anything you want to do.
And that's anything in life.
And that's what we're talking.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what's so cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what you want to really wrap your head around. Yeah. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back.
As Tom says, go long, America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just 1, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, Let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
That's how you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, cool.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us. And, of course, as we're talking here, folks, let's make 2012 an outstanding one, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know, and the thing is that
financial freedom.
Yeah. It's really the markets are your friend. Whether it's a business market that you're in, you know, no matter how tough it is out there. You know, I used to own a restaurant. I got into the restaurant business. Okay,
the Chinese restaurant.
The Chinese restaurant business, which is, you know, and I don't have any Chinese blood in me.
You look like you're Chinese.
Yeah.
Hey, look at if I look like Bob Marley, you definitely look like you're Chinese.
Okay, that's right.
You know, so, go ahead. So, what was your favorite Chinese food?
We made this thing called Imperial Chicken, which was like a deep fried chicken with some ham around and some other special. Nice. Actually, our egg rolls. We made egg rolls. Really? And, the egg rolls that we put peanut butter was our secret ingredient.
Really?
Yeah, so we put peanut butter in it. And these things had such a great taste, such a great flavor. But the thing is, I got in that business, it was during the time period that my dad's health started to fail. He was in St. Louis, I was in Florida.
Okay.
And so, you know, there were several times, you know, maybe more than a half a dozen times where I would get the call that he thought, you know, that was it. I probably wouldn't even make it. Would hop on the plane. You know, it was cool back then. It was easy to get on planes and get there and back and forth. But anyway, so I was running the computer business. You know, that was a $100 million a year business.
Right.
Had started this Chinese restaurant.
I love it.
Had a business partner that was taking advantage of me, which I didn't realize till my dad had passed away.
Oh.
But when I came back, so I had this business out here that I wanted to do something with. Now, what's cool about that business, we created one of the first answering systems where when you called, we had this database, and we actually saw the number that was coming in.
Yeah, which is
popped
nice.
up. We knew who you were, and we knew what you ordered.
Delivery, right?
Yeah,
right.
And but anyway, when I took it, when after we took care of my dad or what have you,
right.
and then came back and threw my partner out.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, I really was owning a Chinese restaurant and running a Chinese restaurant that was open from 4 to 10. I tried going out and get cookbooks. Well, what I did was I went out and found the best chef that I could that was out there, and gave him a piece of the action.
Yes.
But what it was all about, folks, it was all about going and being creative with regard to going back and getting either the customers that didn't give us a shot, because at first we were just jammed, and this guy just kind of ran it into the ground or what have you. And what we did was, just to be creative, I just simply went out, and there was a launder dry cleaner that was nearby that I used to use. And so I just simply went out, and because he had the telephone numbers, I had telephone numbers of folks that we delivered to. I was more interested in people that we had delivered to, and I wanted to give them a free meal. Folks, if you get a call and somebody says, the pitch would be something like the fact that I'm doing a quick survey, or this maybe the pitch is starting. Look, you've probably never received a phone call like this, and then you're going to go into the mere fact I just have a couple of questions of the survey, but you're going to get a free meal, at a 5-star restaurant. We had a 5-star cook, if you will, and so forth. And so where I got the numbers from was from the dry cleaners. I did a deal with him where for every 2 dinners that people allowed me to deliver, I gave him 1. Cool. So he had enough dinners for the rest of,
I love
he had 50 dinners, what have you. And there's different creative ways and so forth in order to be able to do that. And so I just want to be able to share that no matter how difficult things might be in your business, what you have to do is you've got to step back and be creative.
No doubt.
There's ways for you to access those customers, let them try your product or what have you. We do that around here as well. We want people to get a little bit of a feel, but there's always a way. That's the thing. There's always a way. You just got to step back and come up with 3 or 4 solutions.
That's right. No doubt.
And it's cool. And it's cool.
And listen, folks, if you do want to test drive, you want the free report?
Free report, yeah. Just send me an email.
It's steve@tfnn.com.
Yeah.
And you stay right there because we're going to be going up to Newton, Mass. We get our man Basil Chapman. Tucson, Arizona, Larry Pesavento, 12 to 1, back here with David White. And we'll bring it on home from 4 to 6. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Thanks for being here, folks.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, safe day. And you stay right there. Basil's coming right up.